My name's Aaron, and I'm here to introduce you to yet another awesome Marvel set. So, without further ado, we have the Iron Man Mark III Collector's Edition. This is a really awesome brick-built version of the first red and gold suit that we see Iron Man in the MCU. So it's really iconic. The figure is, fully detailed, 360 degrees. You can, of course, do all kinds of fun poses. There's some bending in the waist. So this can look good on display so many different ways. It was really important to us that Iron Man had all 5 fingers, and that poses some challenges in a Lego system building sense, but we're really happy with how that turned out. Yeah, we're using the collectible series F1 Halo piece inside of the fingers. So many of our models are made to look like really cool display pieces, but with a character like this, you want to have some degree of posability inherent in there, and that does pose certain challenges around how to include joints, where to include joints, what kind of joints you do. Something like this, the waist pivot is really easy to mask and it has a really solid payoff, for the posability options. The shoulders were really important to us to include because, of course, you want to have him be able to do that Iron Man stance, but also have a bit more of a neutral power stance. Meanwhile, the legs, while very specifically positioned to have that the A stance, but also this really natural turn out, those are not movable because, of course, then there's some stability difficulties with having the figure latched into the stand. Not only do you get the incredible brick-built figure, but we also have an exclusive Mark III minifigure featuring arm printing. So we're really excited to bring this character back in an even cooler way than ever before. Periodically throughout the development cycle of Lego design, there's periods where model designers and element designers and graphic designers, the whole organization can sort of pitch product ideas that are outside their usual scope of work. My home is on the Creator 3-in-1 team. So this is a sort of a step into the superheroes team. I'm so lucky that they chose to let me work on this. I have taken this model from the first concept all the way through its maturation, which is such a privilege. And I'm super excited about the model, obviously. It's your baby. It's my baby, my wreck baby. But when making a character like this, one of the most important things to get right is the face and the facial expression, because that's when you look at a character or an animal, the first place you look usually is the face. How does the eye contact? How is the proportions and that? So we started off with the head, and that actually went through a lot of different iterations as well. Within this sort of scale, many different build-ups to get to one that we felt was the best possible version. And then from there, it's I usually tend to work from the outside in when I'm doing a creature or a character like this, because the head is important. The arms and the legs, a lot of times you have less room to work, so to speak. So you have to make sure that part is really polished. And then it's about marrying it all together in the torso. In the case of this one, it was also a lot of looping, re-looping around stability. I went through like 3 different leg designs before finding one that works just right. But the original version of the figure also had more posability, but again, because of stability considerations and wanting to align with other display figures in the portfolio, we opted for less posability in favor of a better overall expression, more detail, more sculpting. In this case, we wanted to make the perfect playable display piece, but that really has that film accuracy and that sculpting all around. I would say maybe for 30 seconds, consider doing pearl gold instead of the drum lacquered metallic gold. But first of all, to align with the bust that we already have on the market. Second of all, to get that metallization is so cool on a display model like this. But it does come with additional constraints, of course, around which kinds of pieces you're able to use and which not. This model introduces 2 new drum lacquered elements. First of all, we see here on the thigh, we've got a half circle tile in drum lacquer for the first time. And we also have a 2-length sheath slope. So the reason we made those pieces was what we felt really strongly about, wanting to reduce the number of seam lines on the build and make it really feel glossy and like these are single chunks of armor, essentially. It definitely was a challenge to design with the drum lacquering, but it's 100% paid off, I think, because the contrast of the dark red and the shiny gold has that degree of authenticity that we really were looking for this time. So it's not like we've just taken the bust and made a figure to match. This is all a new building experience and a new design compared to the bust. The bust has a core of the head of 4 Lego modules, so it's slightly bigger, and even one module of difference actually has big cascading effects for the scale in general. Here, we were looking to do a core of 3 to make it just a little bit smaller so that we could get the entire figure in the set, right? So if you have the bust and you have the figure, both are from different suits, so you have that difference, but you also get a slight scale difference. We know there's some other brick built figures in the portfolio as well, so our hope is that this one also is going to look really good on display with those if you happen to collect them. It shares some of this detail, scaling expectations that have been set so high by the Star Wars team, for instance. So this is, this is the model.